So, after I did my rap video and that weird story from like Germany, I kind of thought, well, I might as well do something from another topic. So I'm going to share my not really daily makeup like routine, I guess, because I don't really wear makeup daily. It's more like half the week, maybe 4 days out of the week. But I do my makeup pretty androgynously, or as androgynous as I can do it. Usually, sometimes I do it more femme, like e-girl makeup. I think that's pretty cool, so I do it sometimes, shit ton of eyeliner, love that. But I'm going to do my kind of gender neutral looking, makeup tutorial, I guess. So first I'm gonna, excuse the primer, it has like some foundation on it, but I'm going to use this primer. I got it from most of this stuff I got from freaking Walmart when I was, well, not when I was like any years younger, but when I guess I was still living with my parents. So it's like a little old, but I only moved out like a few months ago, so it's not like crusty, Well, this is, but this one's a little older. But I take that primer and I just get like that much, like, I don't know, less than a dime, I assume, and I just kind of put it on the more porous parts of my face, like, and under my eyes, because like that shit gets crusty real fast no matter how you do it. And I don't really have as much emphasis on like places like this, because like it's pretty good skin, but the places that need coverage, like nasty, whatever, I try to go hard on the primer there. And I use e.l.f. 6 Hour Camo Concealer right here. It's in the shade Medium Sand, but it's a little too yellow for me. I still use it though, because like it cancels out a lot of the tones that I'm trying to cancel out, so like it's no big deal. But usually if I'm doing lighter makeup, I do use a different concealer. But for this, I just go with this because it lasts really long, and especially if you set it with powder, like it's gonna stay. Like it's not going anywhere, man. So I vibe with that, and drop my beauty blender in the floor. I usually get my beauty blender wet with like some setting spray or like face spray or whatever, but it's not really a necessity for this video because like, I don't know, I'm putting foundation over it anyway, so it doesn't have to be like perfect. But I just kind of blend that bitch, and it just do be like that. And you might not be able to see it since I have like a pretty cool tone of light on my face right now, but it looks a little more yellow than my skin. But once I put foundation over it, it's not really an issue. But I will keep that in mind next time I go for foundation, because when I'm just trying to conceal something and it turns into a whole ordeal because I look like I put the complete wrong shade on my face, it just gets sad eventually. Like it's just sad. And then I go in with this. Did I already show you yet? I don't know. I'm gonna show it again. So this is a full coverage Revlon foundation. I'm going to start like switching to kind of more independent, like small batch brand makeups, because I do know that a lot of the ones that I'm using now are, not the best for like, even if it's cruelty free, which I don't know what this one is. I got it a while ago, so I mean, but I'm trying to branch away from that because that's not really good for anyone except for people who profit off that. And I just kind of go in with that pretty lightly because it's full coverage, and I don't really like to be too cakey, because although it looks nice in photos, it gets like kind of crusty IRL if you're just going through the day, or at least that's how it is for me. Maybe if you like have makeup secrets I don't know about, hit me up on that, because I'm a crusty person. I'm like fucking. You take a Lay's bag of potato chips, like the baked ones, because I'm just like that. But yeah. Bottom line, I'm pretty greasy, but I don't think I'm the oily potato chips. I think I'm the baked ones because like I like those better, and also they crumble like so easy. My school used to serve those. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about like them now. That was like the highlight of my freaking school lunch when I was in high school. Like, you come through and like they're serving like meatloaf or something. You're like, oh my fucking god, why? And then you have those chips and you're like, okay, well at least I won't starve. Because those chips are usually pretty good. I like the barbecue ones, but you might be different. I usually don't put like a lot of this on my forehead because I don't really like move my bangs out of the way that much. So I don't really worry about that. But just kind of put the rest on my neck, blend that bitch, so that I don't look like I have a mask on. Because although we do put masks on in our life, I don't know. But I don't want to look like I have a face mask on because that's just not the look I'm going for today. Maybe tomorrow, but not today. And then I use this blush. It's Peach Punch from CoverGirl. Yeah, I think that's, I don't know if that's the brand or that's the shade. Yeah, it's the shade Peach Punch. And I take this kabuki brush from e.l.f. Yeah, and I just kind of, I apply it pretty heavily because like it just kind of helps break up the monotonous like one shade you have going on, which is good for covering up like imperfections and stuff. But if you're going for a more androgynous makeup look, you don't really need to have that because it I don't know, it just like for some reason the more androgynous looks don't really have one flat thing. It's either like masculine contouring or kind of a fair amount of blush, which I don't mind. I do like myself some blush. I don't really like that shade that much anymore though. I might get a new shade, but it'll do for now because that's what I wear. And then I use this, it's really crusty, I apologize. This Wet n Wild palette, like, that I got like a year or two ago for like a cosplay thing because I needed a certain peach shade, and I actually ended up really liking it. I use this and then this, and I apply that pretty liberally all over my lid. Like, it's a really what's the word, low coverage kind of eyeshadow, so you don't have to be too careful about where you put it because it's pretty like translucent or whatever. Like, it's not matte, it's like it kind of has a glittery finish, which I really do like. I feel like the glittery type of eyeshadow looks a lot better with androgynous looks, or just looks where you're trying to not look like you have on as much makeup as you usually, or not on as much makeup as you do. And then once I'm done with that, I go with this palette. It's the NYX Ultimate palette, and I go with, let's see, this gold shade right here, and I just kind of go over the lid with that. The crease is about as high as I get with this one, just because, you know, it's not really one of those looks that you have the eyeshadow all the way up to your brow bone, because that's just not what we're doing here. Not today, sis. And then I use that same gold shade to go under my eye, because I don't know, I just feel like it makes it look less exclusively feminine, because like usually the feminine looks are like and like a clean baked under eye, and although that does look fantastic in some settings. That's just not really what I go for, because that's not my style. And then I take one of the lighter, like, glittery shades, and I use it as a highlighter because I'm that kind of bitch. I actually do have a pretty nice liquid highlighter. I just don't know where it is at the moment because I did indeed just move in not that long ago. Yeah. So it's a hair. So I use that, and then I have this little sample. I usually use a different brand. I think it wasn't Glossier because I do like Glossier, but I just never get around to ordering it because broke bitch. So I usually get like some Maybelline knockoff, which works pretty good. But I have this Gimme Brow Benefit like little sample thing, and I like it a lot. I'll probably get the whole product when this runs out. But I just kind of go in with that. I really like the fluffy eyebrow kind of look that's going on through media. Like, sometimes it gets a little weird, like when they flick the brow up too much, but then again, that's not really my place to tell other people how they should look, so personally I just don't like it for me. But if you want to be like that, you be like that, because maybe it looks hella good on you, I don't know. But yeah, just kind of bush it out as much that looks natural. I do like to keep the ends like down though, because personal preference, I suppose. My eyebrows are just rough right now. I don't know why. Don't ask me. Genetics maybe. Pores. I have a pretty good sleeping schedule. Ate a lot of oranges though. Maybe it's like slowly killing me. I don't know. It's worth it though. Oranges are fucking slappable. But sometimes I use this little mascara. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It just depends on like if I'm feeling froggy that day. And I put it on the bottom lash row, not the top, just because I feel like that pulls it too far in one direction of looking one, you know, like gender or the other. So this is pretty much the finished look. You know, sometimes I tweak it. It depends on like if it's humid that day. I sometimes like use this and like the beauty blender to kind of like put powder places so I don't get like super greasy. But yeah, I think it does pretty good. You know, if you have textured skin or if you have acne, that foundation or that foundation style is pretty good. And I think, you know, this style of makeup can look good. Well, I mean, any style of makeup can look good no matter what gender you are, but this one does good for kind of just sitting right in between like both ends of the spectrum, like masculine and feminine. I feel like it's a really good, you know, middle ground that could look, you know, pretty swag either way. But yeah, this is the finished result. The highlight's pretty, it could be better, but I mean, like, I don't really go too strong with highlight in this look, but I think it looks nice. So, do you like this look? Does it make you live? Does it awaken your heart? I don't know. If you think something else would be nice, comment and I could come up with something. But this is my personal, you know, makeup thing. So I hope you like it, or at least enjoyed me like talking about dumb stuff and putting things on my face. So until next time, thank you.